Hello and welcome to a product video breakdown from Longhorn Tactical. Today we will be comparing two Fenix flashlights, the Fenix TK16 V2 and the Fenix E35 V3. The sizes of both flashlights are fairly similar, however the key distinction is the overall profile of the flashlight body as well as the design cues. The E35 V3 is what I like to call a spaghetti before I boil it shape, or as people who do not force terrible metaphors would say, a straight tube design. Additionally, the bezel as well as the raised side switch are brushed copper notes, giving the E35 V3 a splash of color. The TK16 V2 on the other hand is what I like to call a butternut squash, because it is the only thing on the internet that fits that profile, long but thicker on one end that is also work appropriate. The TK16 V2 does not have any whimsical stylistic notes such as the E35 V3, but instead has a steel bezel with 3 tungsten inlays, which I will demonstrate at the end of the video, because proper storytelling dictates that I should lead up to the climax. What are some other similarities then between the E35 V3 and the TK16 V2? Both are equipped with luminous SST70 LEDs. However, the lens and reflectors that accompany both LEDs are in stark contrast. The E35 V3 reflector is shallow and has that bisected toroidal shape. The optic lens is slightly opaque or a tad bit foggy, like embarrassing memories. Compare this to the optic lens of the TK16 V2, which is crystal clear. Furthermore, the TK16 V2 has a far deeper reflector with that unmistakable parabolic shape with a mirror finish. Thus, seasoned flashlight enthusiasts could easily surmise from these setups that the E35 V3 is most likely floody compared to the TK16 V2. Indeed, the E35 V3 produces a beam profile with a medium-sized diffused hotspot with an incredibly well-diffused spill. According to Fenix's own documentation, the E35 V3 produces a 98-degree wide angle. This all culminates in the E35 V3 producing a nice wide floody beam capable of 3000 lumen max that can reach 262 yards. The TK16 V2 on the other hand, with its deep polished reflector and crystal clear lens, is the thrower of the two, with a 3100 lumen max capable of 415 yards. The beam profile has a hotspot with far greater intensity, a secondary spill ring, and a tertiary spill area, which is still smaller than the E35 V3 at similar distances. Both come with 5 comparable brightness modes as well as strobe. Here they are side by side for your viewing pleasure. Finally, the last crucial difference between both flashlights is the operation scheme. The E35 V3 has that standard Fenix single side switch setup for holding on and off, and then tapping while on to change the brightness modes, and then holding on to enter strobe. The TK16 V2 on the other hand has a dual tail switch setup. The primary tail switch actuates the flashlight, and the function switch changes the brightness modes, and then you hold the function switch for strobe. Now, the side switch v tail switch debate is basically the aspirations versus titillations of the flashlight world. This is completely subjective and up to each man's personal preference. In conclusion, the 3000 lumen pair are sufficiently different flashlights geared towards separate usages. The E35 V3 is marketed by Fenix as an EDC flashlight, and the TK16 V2 is heralded as a tactical flashlight. However, as I have demonstrated, they are both roughly the same size, have similar functionality and build quality. Thus, be honest with yourself and get the one that you prefer. They can both be used in any situation. That concludes the comparison breakdown of the Fenix TK16 V2 and E35 V3. If you have enjoyed this video, or think I am a big dumb fart, please leave a comment or suggestion below. If you would like to stay up to date on future product releases from brands such as Olight, Fenix, Nikkor, and more, sales announcements, and all things flashlight related, please consider subscribing to the Longhorn Tactical YouTube channel. And thank you.